Hello and welcome back once again everyone to Minecraft FTB. It has been quite a build. It has been a unbelievable amount of resources, but I have managed to make all 4 cooling cores that I require. I used up so many stacks of tin, stacks of copper. We used up a lot of diamonds. The results were just staggering. I used another 12 iridium ore, some of my advanced alloys. I used just so many resources to make this. It is insane. I cannot emphasize how unbelievably expensive this build has been. I had another circuit right there. I should have used that. How expensive this build has been so far. It boggles the mind. But we have something to show for it. We do in fact have something to show for this. Gonna go ahead and place those there. We have our cooling cells. These guys do stack, unlike everything else that's used to make them, which is kind of a kick in the teeth. But oh well. Place those, and there we have it. 2 gravitation engines. You have no idea. I sat here in front of my computer not talking, just focusing on making the cells, and it still took me like an hour, almost a full hour, just sitting here doing this. And I'm like, oh my god, this is quite possibly one of the craziest things I've ever built in Minecraft, and I've done some superstructures and stuff before in the past, and nothing ever comes out like this. This is just immense. Absolutely immense. Anyway, next I need to be able to make another thing of these guys, because I have to be able to make the central piece for the backpack, the chest piece. The 4 corners have to have these guys in them, meaning I need another 2 conductors. So I should require... I don't think I need that much. Might have to make some more advanced alloys while I'm here, though. Kinda stinks, but oh well. At least I'm past the hard part here. Iridium plates. I'm gonna need more than that. Yeah, I'm gonna need some more advanced alloys. Fortunately for me, I did make a lot of refined iron in advanced, so I have got that basically under wraps, under wing, under something. Let's take my dwindling tin supply here. I'm down to like less than a row of tin, which is insane. I cannot believe I used that much. I simply cannot believe I used that much. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. This mod has been probably one of the most complex things I've ever made. I don't know if this is even harder if you're playing it on GravChestplate, but I can't. I don't even want to think about it. I really don't want to think about it. I know the solar panel was really hard to make the basic advanced solar panel in GravChestplate, and I know that the hybrid solar panel is also a pain in the butt to make in GravChestplate. I don't know if the ultimate was quite as high a pain in the butt, but I know that these enriched cinerariums are also kind of like out there. So anyway, running these through a compressor, as you can see, just kind of waiting on those to go through. We can go ahead and I guess take one of these, but it's not really going to benefit me because I can't use one by itself. Let's go over here and collect these as they come through. There's 2. That works. I can go ahead and make a double set now. 2 uranium. Go and place those guys in there. Place one of those right there. Gonna need more though, so thankfully there are more coming. 1, 2, 3. There's another iridium plate. Gonna need one more. Come on, come on. One more piece. Well, technically 1 piece plus another 8. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our 4th iridium plate, so we can take the iridium ore back off. As you can see, I've actually used up almost all of my iridium ore, which is pretty awesome because I totally ended up overmaking that, and then it, I guess, benefited me long run. I can't make anything with that. I need one more piece. Come on. There we go. Alright, back over here. Once again, doing this with two of these guys. Two of these guys. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we have our semiconductors. Advanced alloys still pushing their way through. There's another 4. I love being able to jet back and forth around my room here. There's 3. So that'll give me 1 set right here. And I can be able to remember what all I have to put in here. LOL. There we go. There we go. Okay, that's... Is that everything? Take off this. Get my chest piece out. Wherever I put it. In here. That's where I put it. Is this everything? I think this is everything. Good. Okay, well let's give it a go. We've got our quantum suit, we got our backpack, we have gravitation engines on the sides. We have actually no, that goes up top. We have a high voltage transformer, and then we have 4 superconductors. Gravity chest plates. Awesome. Awesome. So this guy works like a battery pack. It stores energy inside of it. As you can see, it's obviously 10 million. Now this guy also has a couple of other features and functions that it's capable of doing, one of which I believe is fly. Let's see what I bound that to. It should be Gravy something in here. Gravy fly key, so it's gravitation engine on, and as you can see, I can fly. Now this little booger does burn energy, and I can also hold down the boost key and I can fly much faster, but it also eats up a lot of energy. Also, this can receive charge from the helmet provided I have it on. When gravitation engine is on, it is on all the time, even if I'm not flying, so it is constantly burning energy. It burns energy at a rate of 512 EU a tick. So while it's active, the helmet itself can keep pace. The helmet is able to output at 512 a tick, provided I am in direct sunlight, so it's able to basically stay up there. But in the event that I am using the boost key, it will also burn at like triple the capacity. So it's 1536 EU a tick while I'm using boost and flying, but it lets me fly, obviously. If I leave the gravitation engine on and I'm not moving or not doing anything, or if I am moving and I'm just moving at regular speed, it burns it would run out of EU in 16 minutes and 15 seconds. So that's basically how long that would be able to last if I'm flying and I'm not currently in line of the sun and not charging from the helmet. I believe, yeah, no, it doesn't actually do anything different, I think, when the boost key is held compared to when it's not held. But yeah, now I can, I'm basically Superman. I can go anywhere, I can do anything. I'm going to go over here and stand in this lava because I don't take damage. Just no damage. Looking at that energy there, energy staying right where it is. I have full armor. This is basically me being impervious. So yay, super hop. I remember clearing out this area here. This is ages old. This is when I first built this house up here. So I guess now it's time for me to feel nostalgic because I have a full gravity suit, and this is amazing. I don't know many people that have managed to build their way up to a full gravity suit, but I have most certainly done it. I would say that this FTB series has been an absolute success, although I still have some mods and stuff I'd like to be able to show off within the series. Stuff that I'm not as familiar with, though, like I do want to do Twilight Forest, and I've honestly only seen videos of Twilight Forest. I've never actually done Twilight Forest. Oh yay, our lava tank is completely full, so my M is maxed. Awesome. Looks like these guys are also pretty maxed. I ended up taking the battery off of this, as you guys no doubt have already noticed by now. The steam capacity is basically capped out, and the thing is not charging. It's not making steam. So yeah, this has been a lot shorter an episode already, if I was going to call it for here. Let me see. I suppose I could always pop back over into the dense ore world and have a quick go around there. But I kind of almost just want to feel like, yeah, I need to go out for dinner to celebrate. I just made a gravity suit. I can fly. This is awesome. Instead of going to the denser world, I think I'm just going to do a quick overview because this is kind of a milestone for the series. I have made something that I don't see many people make, and I think that is pretty darn slick. That is pretty sweet. That is pretty swish. In here we had our spider spawner that I found right as I built this house, which is pretty cool. I haven't actually finished cleaning this stuff up, but it's still down here. It looks alright, I suppose. Down this way is my super quarries. I ran so many quarries over and over and over. Quarry, because you can't build one this long, I don't believe. I ended up making just one super quarry here and then just building it across. Yeah, ended up cutting through a ravine over here, ravine over there, because these two weren't actually in connection. As you can see, there's some creepers down there. Some creepers. Let's turn on gravitation. There we go. There we go. Fly over to the creepers, taunt the creepers. But yeah. Now I wonder, the Vajra has its own power supply, but I wonder if it's going to tap off the chest plate's power supply, or if it taps off something different. Because I know it has its own power, but also the backpack has power. I guess it taps off the chest plate power. So yeah, this quite the feat. I am incredibly impressed with how far I've gone. This really helped me get there. This massive quarry right here. You can also see where I dug to the sky along the way, because I wanted to have some sunlight for my solar panels, which I was using to power my little electric engines at the time. Oh man, this is a glacier that's largely unexplored. I haven't really gone across the top end of it here. As you can see, it's nothing but snow as far as you can see. There was a forest down here, and there was one time I actually intended to show you guys some chickens, but I found chickens closer to my house than I was originally anticipating. Quick fly over here. I found chickens like right over here when I got to this area, and I had actually wandered out to the north here and then wandered to the west, and I eventually found chickens, but it was much later on. Let's see if I can locate those. I know there was a village here. Yes, passing over the village. Nothing's rendering because I'm moving too quickly. Let's just kind of lower ourselves down. I remember crossing the village here. Let's see. I know you guys didn't really get to see this. Wow, there's still saplings falling off the trees here. I know you guys didn't really get to see this, but this was kind of just a direction I just picked and headed in, and it took me ages to find actually chickens, which kinda stunk at the time, and I was expecting to have to make a whole episode devoted to finding chickens called Magical Chicken Quest, because I'd been watching King's Quest 7 on Retsupre on YouTube, and it turns out I found chickens a lot closer to home, so I didn't have to do all that. Didn't have to bore you guys with a annoying little trek. Now this glacier biome here has some like crazy formations. They look awesome though. I do love the ice. Ice is semi-transparent, so it gives a really nice look to everything. Let's go fly back and have a look at our original house while we're at it. Now, this house I built back, I guess it was December now. It's been 2 months. 2 months since I started this series. And I mean, I'm like 40-something episodes in. I guess this is like 46, 47, something like that. And it has been a blast. I have done so much. Oh, I remember falling down there after coming back from the Nether, and I didn't actually have my thing here. I built this long pathway here one episode, and oh, that was kind of tedious. But I did like the pillar effect that I went back and added on after the fact. This railway is also kind of tedious. It works sometimes it doesn't. It's more convenient when it does, obviously. But this was kind of the pathway to get me to and from my old house. That connects down to the ravine down there that I still haven't explored. I mean, I don't really need to explore it. I've done so very well without having to explore the ravines. But yeah, we came through here. We cleared out a nice straight path through the forest. It looks really cool from the mini-map. I like the mini-map version of it there. Just a pathway forging straight through the wilds here. I did really luck out in the fact that it kind of fell between this pass between these two hills, because I didn't want to have to dig through when I was doing it at the time. I don't know why I have cows on my road here, but there we go. Now back here we had our solar system set up right here for our solar system. Solar panels set up right here for generating power that went into my house here. My house, oh my goodness, my house. It's so different to look at from when you're flying around. Of course, it's also quite older now. I was pleased with how the house turned out in terms of appearance. I don't think I have this bound for my tree capitator. I was pleased with how my house turned out for appearance, but I didn't really have to see it. I didn't have to see a lot of the outside of it, and now we can actually have a proper look at it. We can actually see this thing from above. It looks pretty cool. I liked what I did with my roof. I got to see this a lot because my roof here, these are all half slabs. The ones along the edge here are mostly, I think, half steps. Or no, not half steps. I think are like steps. I know these are steps, and those I think are steps. They might be regular blocks. I know these are all half steps here. I put this in because I was expecting to expand my house upward, but I kind of hit a snag. I didn't really want to keep having to clear everything in the jungle, and I wanted an area with new ores, and this area was not it. Of course, you can also see right here there was a tiny little hollow cave area right here, and I kind of cleared it back. This was like a little hillside. I was planning on building a larger machine factory over here and moving everything that was in that basement area there out here, and I was going to have a larger factory on this hill that connected from right there. But while this was pretty much prime real estate at the time, again, I didn't have access to the no ores. I had all these great mods in place, but I didn't have access or ways to run them or use them. Turn my gravitation engine back off for a second while I'm inside. Just kind of dropping down. I know this was like a pathway that went back down into my original mining system here. Pretty cool, pretty sweet. Long time ago, it feels like. It feels like ages. This is kind of a crowning moment for me here. Let's ascend back up the ladder. Of course, there was the coke engine storage place down there. I still have my plants growing inside my my first little room that I built down here. I built this as just kind of like, oh my god, hasty. I built this little area because I needed somewhere to defend myself from enemies. But the jungle doesn't really let a lot of stuff spawn because stuff doesn't spawn on top of leaves. They only spawn on like ground like this. They can walk their way onto leaves, but they don't spawn on them directly. And of course, here you see the greenhouse that I made for my rubber trees. I didn't actually need that, but when I had the rubber trees and I had so many of them go really tall and a lot of the taps were near the top, I was like, well, I need a way of accessing the top, so I put that in there to kind of encase it, but it also gave me a reason to put in a platform up there and make it like a ledge that I could walk around. And of course this, oh my god, this area right here, cleared out by hand, took so long because as soon as I hit like this point, running along this way, it went up into a higher hill formation, and then I had to clear through all the tree brush, all the things here, because I wasn't using tree capitator at that time. I was using like timber, and it would just knock out the wood and let the leaves to spawn naturally. This room here was meant to be a Thaumcraft room, and I never actually used it. It had an extra doorway out here that went into my little enclosure to my front door. I thought that was kind of a neat thing for me to do, but I never actually used it. Of course, this area here, I ended up having cacti growing here, although this was also meant for like Thaum and Mistcraft. This area here, obviously, for my reed farm. I had some water in this corner here for the longest time, and I eventually got rid of it because, I mean, I didn't need it anymore. I could just take a block from right here, and it'd be fine. Oh, I hear a Enderman outside somewhere. Of course, there's the desert from ages and ages ago, and here would have been where I would have put a door to connect to the other room. I did put a little cubby hole up here, but I didn't actually install anything. Aside from that, I just obviously have bed. So now that it's daytime, we can continue our way back outside and have a look at a couple other things that were kind of like point highlights of the storyline here. Heading back down here, I never actually explored that direction very far. I explored a little, but not a lot. I mostly just kind of built a way over here because I was expecting to dig a pathway into the desert here. Let me turn back on my gravitation engine. Dig a pathway into the desert over here and then be able to continue on along. Put that sand down, boy. It's always irritating how much these guys actually have in health, because they just seem to last and last and last, and then they make that really creepy sound. It's very Enderman, Slenderman inspired, of course. Anyway, we're back out here. We're back in the desert. I didn't really go straight up this way, as you can see. I mean, it's fairly impassable. It's a very encroaching desert. I'm sure some people would say it's Shadow of Israfeli, just because of how overarching it is. It's very imposing a desert. And I came out here a couple times and cleared out some sand off the top of that, and I didn't really go very, very far out into the desert. I mostly came out this way so I could come over here to hit up the swamp. Now, I had considered for a time moving over here into all these trees, because this area over here, near these trees, was relatively flat, and they were smaller trees. I could clear them away easier and have a easier time of building things in, but I knew that there was not going to be any new ores spawning in that area because I'd already been over here to the swamp where all this stuff was, where I'd come and I'd had a creeper explode. Looks like the blocks are still here. My God, I haven't been in this area long enough for the blocks to spawn that were here last time I was here. Still a handful of rubber trees out here. There's still saplings on the ground. My God, it has been so long since I've been here. There's a creeper explosion there. That one I must have picked up the blocks, or they already despawned on. But that is just insane, because it has been so long since I was actually here, and I remember camping out on these lily pads waiting for daylight just so that way I could go home and not die. Had no food, no health or armor. That was a bit nerve-wracking. And so far in the series, I have yet to die. I'm obviously level 76, and most of that has come from mining, with a minor portion of it coming from plants, coming from smelting, and coming from monster kills, but only on a handful of occasions. I don't often encounter monsters, and usually if I'm not recording, I'm usually not out in the field. I very, very rarely go out here and actually go hunting monsters. And I think this was the backside of my... Yeah, this is the area where my tanks were. I had actually dug down into this way, and I ended up in my cave system here, where the tanks were. Oh, there's stuff I have in mind, obviously. I must have just come down this way, and I was like, yeah, there's nothing down here, and then went around, or turned around. Turning off the gravitation engine, because it is currently burning energy, even though I'm not actually flying. But yeah, nostalgia. I hardly remember my way through here. I remember that overhang there usually signified that I was coming close to my way out. And oh, there's a creeper. And there's no more creeper. There was some lava there. I remember this. This was like episode 1, episode 2, somewhere around there, where I like came over here, mined up right over here. Oh my God. Come so far. I have a new mic now. I have a new computer now. So much stuff has just been revamped and updated for me. Hey, you butt. You butt. You can't take damage, but I can certainly feel that. And as you knock me into the other area there, oh, you dropped a bow. Oh, it's almost broken. And see, this area I haven't even explored. This is the other half of the big chasm, the big opening to the sun out here. Like as you can see right there, that's the appetite that's always been sitting right across from my master staircase here, which went up to my house. I used the vines as a ladder. Then in this room, I was actually planning on doing a lot of stuff with this room. I was going to put chests in here, make it kind of like a mining station. It was going to be awesome. Never did it. It was kind of like a project that I just didn't really feel that was necessary to waste a lot of time on, and that's why I didn't waste time on it. I went and did different things and did better things. I think it was down this way. Yep, this was my Undie Base 1, which I've turned off the waypoint for because it was starting to clutter my map a bit. Now, I never realized how really close my house, to Undie Base 1 was, because I would always take like some really contrived way of getting up there, and then eventually I like cleared a little path and I'm like, oh, I'm right here. This isn't even very deep. Or at least it didn't feel very deep. Let's see, what's the difference between where I am right here? Well, this is 51 to 36, so I mean it's 15 floors. From right here it's 56 to 36, it's 20 floors. It's not a whole lot. I mean, it's pretty quick for me to get from there to the abandoned mine down here. And of course, the abandoned mine. I spent a lot of time in here initially, early on in the series, at least episode 6, I think. I know I got over here into this area and I was like, oh yeah, spiders. There was all those spiders, the cave spiders spawning from right over here too. I ended up digging this tunnel over here when I was trying to get my way out one time I came down here. But yeah, I remember this very, very well. It looks like I left uranium down here. I'm not going to bother getting it now. I don't need it. Yeah, this place was quite intense. I came back through here eventually, and I explored more, and I found stuff like all the way over there, and just dropped down here. There we go. Came down here eventually, found some gold. Gold was kind of hard to come by at that point in time, and I managed to collect enough while here. Also gained a couple diamonds. I think it was like 6 diamonds that time. It was like a windfall back then. And of course, as you can see, I now have everything I need. Basically, I can go and do whatever aspect of the game I'd really like to try out at this point. Because I have the best armor in the game. I have the best weapon, best mining tool. Well, I suppose weapon is really circumstantial, whether you prefer to have range or whether you prefer to have melee, but this certainly does the most damage. 13 hearts of damage. I mean, it's pretty good. But yeah, as you can see here, this areas I've kind of come down to, and I think there might have been water down this way and it just like blocked up on the cobble, or maybe I put the cobble there, I don't know. But yeah, I think this was toward the extent of where I actually explored on this end. I don't know. Looks like I'm pretty far away from house though. Yeah, I'm out underneath the desert. I recall coming out this way. Yeah, I recall going from a different direction into this side over here too. Yeah, this was ages ago. I don't even know if I recorded this portion of it. I know I was mostly exploring at this point, and I was trying to find certain aspects. See, like there's diamonds right there, and I obviously never found them because they're still there. I must have like, oh yeah, placed the torch right here. Didn't notice the diamonds right here. It's 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 diamonds. 5 diamonds and gold that I would have found if I had just wandered slightly further. Over here we have lava. The lava's kind of playing tricks on me. I keep expecting it to be my lighting, and it's not. Oh, we have a whole creep of creepers here. Oh, we have a monster spawner. Looks like a skeleton spawner. Always annoying. There we go. What do we got in the chest? We got a music disc with blocks. We got some tracks, iron ingot, wheat. Don't really need all that. Actually, I'll take the bread. I'll take the bread. Just because I am still currently eating bread. I have a very high carb diet. You know how it is. I'll take the logic matrix programmer as well, and the gunpowder. And I will just kind of skedaddle. Or I can mark it, I guess. Skeleton spawner. Spawner. Alright, there we go. Looks like I'm still burning energy quite quickly as well. So I suppose I should really be vamoosing. And this is not the direction I need to vamoose in. Neither is this, so I suppose it is still possible for me to get completely turned around while underground. Let's head back this way. I think I came from through here. Yes, I did. Very, very good. So yeah, this is all pretty nostalgia. I don't ever go back into these caves, basically, and the last time I was here was looking for something very specific, and I never ended up actually finding or finishing what I was doing, so just goes to show. This is all out here to the to the southeast of the desert. As you can see in the upper left corner of my map there, that's my old house, and there's that lava lake in the lower southeast corner, which I had originally intended to use and exploit that lava lake earlier on in the series, but I never actually got to him. So yeah, I guess in the interest of brevity, I'm just going to dig straight out. Oh wow, that was only a one shallow. There's a light source right there, I don't know what from. We'll go straight up from here. How about that? There we go. And now we're on the sky level, or above ground. Very convenient that I can just fly straight up, as well as break blocks instantly with my Vajra. And we'll go ahead and head back to my my current house. So yeah, this has been really something. I know I kind of wandered over here, didn't do anything with it, but this has been really something. This has been a heck of a series, and I've really enjoyed it so far. I've loved all of your feedback. I'm probably going to continue doing videos for the series, but anything I'm doing is more of like a, this episode's doing this episode's doing that. If you guys can also give me some additional suggestions of what mods I really should check out in the series. I know I want to do the Twilight Forest stuff, because that's pretty cool, but I just kind of have to get around to doing it, obviously. I know it uses flowers and saplings and stuff to make the portal. But yeah, this has been something, and now I have the best armor in the game. There's no, well, previous equivalent exchange, which had the dark matter, red matter armor, and then the gem armor. Gem armor was really difficult to get to, but red matter armor was easy enough. Yeah, don't even need that stuff. I've got, you know, full set of technologically advanced armor. I think I'm doing pretty well. But anyway, this episode's kind of been a recap, guys. We went ahead and made our chest plate. Everything is coming up Warmac 9. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure you leave comments in the comment section below, and I will see you next time.